Welcome to another day of adventures with Wes and Jeff, and it's Wes, and I'm at Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado, just about 75 miles west of the town of Denver, Colorado. So this is one of the most popular parks to visit. It's like number 3 on the most visited scale, with about 5 million visitors per year. It's a very large park. There is a trail ridge road that goes 48 miles all the way through the park. I'm entering on the west side of the park today, so I will be going all the way through to the east side, which is Estes Park. So stay tuned, and I'll show you what there is to see and do here at Rocky Mountain National. The trailhead is called East Inlet, and it is going to lead me up to Adams Falls. Adams Falls is going to be 0.3 of a mile. I'm on the East Inlet Trail hiking to Adams Falls, and this is on the west side of the park, Rocky Mountain. They had a big fire, I think it was a couple years ago, and it did hit a lot of the area, but this area was saved. But a lot of the area on the west side of the park has been damaged, and the forest burned. This is Adams Falls here at Rocky Mountain National Park, and it's a quick 2/3 of a mile hike on the East Inlet trailhead. Not hard at all, just goes up a little bit there at the end, but beautiful falls. You could hear it roaring for a ways away. So it's coming down pretty good. Cascades down from up there and goes through here to this little channel, and then cascades again right there. Pretty cool. Beautiful fall. It's called Adams Falls. This is Grand Lake behind me. It's on the edge of the national park boundary, and some of it actually is in the boundaries of the park. But there's a nice little community called Grand Lake Village that's really cute. Have a nice, cute downtown, places where you can, get something to eat, as well as, stock up for things that you need in the park. So that's Grand Lake Village. It's on the west entrance of the park, and it's a beautiful lake. They have boats and everything else out here on the lake, so it's really nice. I'm at the Coyote Valley Trailhead. It's 0.5, and it was a recommendation that the ranger at the visitor center said that I should go on this 0.5 because likely I would see some wildlife like an elk, a moose, some bighorn sheep. They often frequent this area because it's where the river goes through the meadow. Let's see if we can find something. The water's moving. So this is along the Coyote Valley Trail. It runs right along the Colorado River where it starts here at Rocky Mountain National Park. And it's a level half-mile trail along the Colorado River and the forest and the meadow here. And there's little exhibits along the way and resting places along the trail to enjoy the sights, sounds, smells, and the feel of the valley. So see if we can find some wildlife. I did see a herd of elk in the valley up the road, but I couldn't stop because there was the signs posted not to stop, and can't pull out there. So this is the end of the trail for Coyote Valley Trailhead, the trail, the 0.5, and it shows how the glacier carved this whole valley here. And that's Baker Mountain there, elevation 12,397, and this was called the Colorado River Glacier. So carved this whole valley. And that is the Colorado River right there at its beginning. So this is where the trail ends. I did run into some folks that said if you continue on this trail just a little bit further past the creek, you'll see a moose with her baby. So hopefully I don't see that creature up close and she gets very protective over her baby, so I need to be very aware of my surroundings and make sure that I give her enough space. So let's see if we can find the mama moose and the baby moose. So there's the mama moose. Let's see if I can zoom in. She's right there, and her baby is near her. It's across the meadow here. Beautiful meadow, but I don't see any others. I don't see the baby. The baby may be laying down, but that's the mama right there. Really nice stroll along the Colorado River here on that Coyote Valley Trailhead. Only saw the one moose. That's okay. We'll probably have more opportunities to see wildlife as we go through the park. I'm at the site of the Halsworth Historic Site here at Rocky Mountain National Park. And this is one of the old cabins that is still left standing from the homesteaders from 1902. A gentleman by the name of Joseph Fleischutz homesteaded 160 acres here, and with the intent to stay here for 5 years, because that was the rule. If they homesteaded 160 acres, the government would give it to them after 5 years if they established a residence or built a structure, which they did, and they stayed here for 5 years. Well, he didn't stay here for 5 years, so he had to forfeit it. So the Arapaho Indians came here early in the 1800s and were here, and 6,000 years before that, the Ute Indians were here, and they hunted game and fished in the Colorado River. So this is a 0.5, takes you down to a bridge, and it's a nice little stroll down to the bridge. However, the buildings are closed. They don't allow folks to tour the buildings without supervision from the National Park Service and the rangers. So they have ranger-led programs. It's a nice view across the meadow here. And you can see the snow caps. Look, the snow cap right through there. Yeah. But this is the nice little trail. It's got interpretive signs. The Fairview Curve Overlook. It's very popular because it looks down into the meadow and you can see wildlife down there. You can see some elk if you have binoculars, but it kind of twists and turns. This is along the Trail Ridge Road, the 48-mile road that bisects the park, that was built in 1932. And is the National Park System's highest bisecting road. So this is a very popular spot to stop and take a look at the peaks, as well as down into the meadow and see if there's any wildlife. So one of the cool stops. So this is the Continental Divide. So everything on this east side drains off to the Atlantic Ocean, and everything to the west side drains off to the Pacific Ocean. So the Great Divide separates drainage to both oceans. It traverses America from Alaska almost to Cape Horn. So this is the spot along the Trail Ridge Road, and its elevation, it's currently, it's in the evening right now. It's currently about 61 degrees up here, so kind of like air conditioning. So we have a little bit of snowpack still, but the road's been opened for folks to traverse through here. And there's a little lake here at the top. Beautiful. And this talks about the beaver trading that they did early on. So just a really pretty spot here at the Continental Divide along the Trail Ridge Road. This is a part of the road that's called Medicine Bow Curve. And this is really pretty with the snow up here. Because you're almost at 12,000 feet now, which is the highest point that the road goes. This is the Alpine Visitor Center. It's at the very top, and it's the halfway point of the Trail Ridge Road that bisects the park. So there's a lot of snow up here still, because it's still early in the season. And on the back of here is a lot of, and the glacier curve here that was formed by glaciers up here at the top of the Rockies. Pretty. The big old logs they have on the roof to protect it from caving in. This talks about the glacial curve here behind the visitor center. This one here at the top, the first one that I visited, and then the Beaver Meadows, which is over on the Estes Park side. Lightning strikes up here a lot. So this is elevation 11,796 feet. It's currently 56 degrees up here, so it's light jacket weather. So we're driving along the Trail Ridge Road. We're at the kind of the top, and this is above the tree line. This is above 12,000 feet. Trees can't and will not grow here. So they call this the tundra section of Rocky Mountain National Park. But still have quite a bit of snowpack for the roads are clear, but the snow is still stacked up there from this winter. And this is June the 19th, 2023, so pretty good snowpack still for this time of year. Just gotta get a picture here at the top. 56 degrees in the middle of June, and this is the view. It's kind of the top everybody stops at. The Gore Range. The Gore Range on the horizon was named for Sir St. George Gore, an Irish aristocrat who was led there on a hunting expedition in 1854 by mountain man Jim Bridger. guys, right here on the cliff. So cool. Elk. Right up here. It's called Rock Cut. It's a pull out. Such a cool drive along the Trail Ridge Road through Rocky Mountain National Park. It's just, the scenic beauty is just off the charts. And it's amazing they were able to build this road back in the 1930s, early 30s, so that Model Ts could even come up here and enjoy this scenic beauty. It's just amazing. And it's towards sunset. Sun will be setting in the next 45 minutes or so, so it's already starting to cast a shadow on some of the rocks here. It's amazing. These beautiful rocks and how they cut through this. The tools that they had back then, that's just amazing. It's called Rainbow Curve and it has scenic views off to the east now, because we have now Horseshoe Park. Between 30,000 and 12,000 years ago, glaciers formed moraines along which side of Horseshoe Park. Fall River now meanders through the same valley where glaciers once flowed. A light-colored fan of rubble is noticeable on the north terrain. So you can see down there, big meadow. You can see a lake around the corner, right over there. This is looking off to the east. The views here are just amazing, and unfortunately the shadows here as the evening is starting to roll in here, but you can still get a vast picture of the beautiful terrain that Mother Nature has created for us. Super. We're at Rocky Mountain National Park, and we are at the Beaver Meadows Visitor Center. It's like the main visitor center. There's 4 visitor centers in this park. So I just wanted to show you what it was like here. So Rangers to answer information. You have a little bookstore off to the right-hand side. And you can go downstairs for the film. And here's where we can stamp our passport. So this is the famous Bear Lake behind me, and it's hard to get to. It's right at sunset, and the sun's kind of already set over the hill, so haven't gotten very good pictures at all. But this is Bear Lake, and it's a mile all the way around it, so people love to walk around it. And then there's a couple other trails that spur off of this one that go to other lakes. So it's like the most popular thing to do in Rocky Mountain National Park. So hopefully I'll be able to do it tomorrow morning. I had got the time ticket, so between 6 and 8 in order to do that, as long as I can find a spot in that parking lot down below. So we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Hi there, and welcome to another day of adventures with Wes and Jeff. And we are at the trailhead for Emerald Lake, Nymph Lake, and Dream Lake. So you can see that it says Nymph Lake is 0.5, Dream Lake is 1.1, and Emerald Lake is 1.8. So round trip 3.6. So that's going to be the first little hike that I take this morning up to these 3 dreamy lakes, and it starts right here at the big parking lot and at Bear Lake. So very popular spot already here. The parking lot's filling up, so I'm glad I got here early. Started around 6 a.m. this morning. Start these hikes. So once I've done that hike, then I'm gonna go up to Alberta Falls, and Alberta Falls is about a 0.8. So stay tuned. We'll take a look at these beautiful lakes and this waterfall. Nymph Lake. First one you come to. Nice and peaceful. Hopefully the weather's going to hold up here for us. And along the trail to Emerald Lake. And it's kind of interesting because it just keeps going up, 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 up. That's okay. Elevation climbs. We can do it. But weather's kind of, it's a couple of clouds have blown over. I think it's gonna be fine. Get to this point in the trail and people start putting on their cleats and stuff. I just got my hiking boots on and it gets a lot more snowy. It's June the 20th, 2023, so still a lot of snow up at this higher elevation. Made it to Dream Lake and almost to Emerald. It's a little bit windy up here and not as sunny, but at least I made it this far. Hopefully you'll make it on up to Emerald. The Marmot. There he is. See if I can get a picture. Hi, Mr. Marmot. Made it back to Emerald Lake, which is the final destination on the 3.6 round trip. Just a few other folks here. A little bit of snow this time of year, but we can still navigate it. So, really nice little hike back to Emerald Lake. For you folks that know me, my family and friends, I'm not an early morning person. So for me to get up at 6 a.m., get the time ticket, and get up here to Bear Lake, and then to Dream Lake, and Nymph Lake, and on up to Emerald Lake as my final destination, it had to be a passion for me. And it certainly was. And it was very, very nice hike. I'm at the trailhead for Alberta Falls, and so it's just 1 mile, so 2 miles round trip. We're going to take that one and see what the falls are. Hiking along the Alberta Falls Trail. Pretty aspen trees and lots of rock outcroppings and bridge or two. So it's a very nice 1 mile, 2 mile round trip hike here at Rocky. Sprague Lake Trailhead, and there's a big parking lot right here, and it's only a half mile around the whole lake. So we're gonna do this it's only a half mile walk around Sprague Lake. This shallow 13-acre lake is a remnant of the resort once owned by Abner Sprague, an expert guide and host here at Rocky Mountain National Park. Just before Rocky was established in 1915, Sprague enlarged this lake by damming the far end to create better fishing for his lodge guests. So there's the lake. We're just gonna, nice little bridge here they have, and beautiful little trail that goes around the lake. So it's a nice little loop trail. It's half mile that goes all the way around this lake with beautiful views all the way around. It's Sprague Lake. And there's places to stop and just take a break. Or they even have, I think, some picnic tables in some parts of the lake. As you can see across the lake, there's little places to look out, little bridges that cross over where the stream inlet is. Very nice. watching my videos and my trip to Rocky Mountain National Park, click this subscribe button down below and the like button, and follow us on all of our adventures to visit all 63 national parks in the system. This is number 55, so we're getting there. 8 more to go. Remember, whatever you're doing today, get out to the great outdoors and do something that makes you smile.